We shall now talk about string functions. First, let's try to understand what is a string in simple words. Suppose I declare A as an array of characters which can hold maximum of 49 characters because one space is reserved for the null or the terminating character. So I have declared A as an array of characters with a capacity of 50. I have given it the initialization as by. So anything in double quotes is basically a string. So in memory, it is stored like this B, Y, E, and then null to indicate that this is the end of the alphabets given by the user or whatever data is given by the user. B is at array location 0. If you say A of 0, it will print B. A of 1, it will print Y. If you say A of 2, it will print E. Okay, and don't try to print A of 3 because null is a non-printable character. Now, if you try to find the length of A is 1, 2, and 3 because it contains 3 characters. So what we are doing here is a sequence of characters by is enclosed in double quotes that is known as a string. Strings are represented as single dimensional array and terminated by the null as indicated here. If you want to work with string using C++ library functions, you will use the header file string.h. Please remember each character contains or takes up only 1 byte of storage. Now let us see how we declare a string variable. I have already declared a string variable. The general form of declaring a string variable is char because it's a character data type. Name identifier. The name of this particular array happens to be A and size is 50 and I have given it the initial value. String name is an identifier or a name given to that particular string. Instead of a better name would have been some name. Now, I have already told you what is size. Size is the maximum number of characters that can be stored in the string. So you cannot store 50 characters because there is one box, one space required to store the null indicating the end of all the characters you have entered. So the size helps the compiler allocate that many spaces for A. It gives 50 memory locations for A, but you can store 49 plus 1 for the null character. So if you see here, I have declared str as an array of characters of size 50 and the data type is character. So in this declaration, 50 bytes are reserved for an array named str of the type character. Now let's try to figure out different things with strings. Let us say we want to initialize a string during declaration. I've already shown you char a of 50 is equal to by. So a is initialized with by. Now suppose I declare char s of 10. I'm initializing it with Karnataka. Let's count the number of characters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm lucky because 9 characters and I've declared only capacity of 10. So the 10th position is going to be used for the null character. When you initialize a string like this in double quotes, the null character is added automatically by the compiler for you. Now suppose I declare 8 and initialize it with Karnataka. Then what happens is if you are not leaving any space for the null character, then what is going to happen cannot be predicted. It may print random garbage values after KARNATAK. After that you can expect any unexpected stuff. Now here I have given the size and initialized, but suppose I do not know how many characters. I have done char st Bangalore. So automatically what will happen is this is st will be initialized with Bangalore and the size will be determined based on the number of characters plus 1 for the null character. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So the size automatically of st becomes 10 because 9 is by Bangalore and 1 space for the null. Size is automatically determined by the compiler because I have not specified by the size, but I am initializing the data item. Now let's try to take a look at a few other concepts associated with strings because you're going to use strings very extensively as you learn programming because strings are absolutely important in real world because all your data happens to be strings on the web and so on. So first, let's not go ahead of ourselves. Let's take a look at little thing at a time. Now suppose I want to initialize a string character by character. Generally, I have shown you in double quotes, I can put it. But suppose I say st is an array of characters, I have not specified the size. I can also initialize it one character at a time, because string is nothing but it's a collection of characters. Even the number 0 is a character, question mark is a character, hash is a character, everything is a character. So I'm initializing it character by character. But there's a lesson here. If you're initializing a string one character at a time, it is our job to specify the null character at the end. So you must specify the null character if you're initializing character by character. If you're initializing with double quotes, then this null character need not be specified. The compiler automatically adds it for you. Now let's say, take a look what I'm trying to do here. I have defined st as an array of size 10 initialized with book. So this is a string type of a data. It is given or initialized with 4 characters called book. Then the null character happens to be the fifth character, which is added after k. Now, if the entire string is initialized to the string variable, the null character is automatically added here. Here I am not adding the null character. The compiler adds it for me. Now let's take a look how we can read a line or a string from the keyboard. That means we can read multiple characters. String means 0 or more characters. C++ provides the function called as getLine to read a string. The syntax is cin.getLine string and size. So cin.getLine is the name of the function. String can be your st, a, b, c, what it is, and size. Size is what is the maximum number of characters you are permitting the user to enter or read. So take a look here. So here what I am doing here is I am using cin getLine stn25. I have an array st which can store a maximum of 25 characters. So the cin getLine function allows you to enter 25 characters or till you press the enter or new line or return key. So what happens is it stops reading when you hit the enter key or when it reaches 25 characters, one less than 25 characters, because one position is left for the null. So let me repeat this. GetLine function keeps reading characters from the keyboard until you press the enter key or the number of characters is equal to the size. So suppose you enter 24 characters, it should stop because one place is required for the null character. Now, in case you enter 10 characters and hit the enter key, that is the new line key, the new line key is automatically read, but it is replaced with the null character. Now let us say we want to output a string. So in order to output a string, C++ provides us a function called as write to display a series of characters. The general form is cout.write. Name of the string can be st and size. So I can say cout.write st, 25. So write is a function which displays the specified number of characters or till it encounters the null in st. Okay, so that is the function of write. Think of it as displaying maximum of 25 or until it encounters the null character. Suppose st is bye, just by. It will only display by and nothing after that, because after by there will be null character. All right. So I hope this gives you an idea about what is string and what are the different functions to read and write. In the next session, we shall take a look at a few programs to get you better on this concept, how to use the string.h library functions for doing common activities.